All right, so your website looks amazing. It's designed, it's clean, it's sleek, modern. You paid a lot of money for it. But I'd be willing to bet you might be losing a lot of potential revenue every single month. See, I have analyzed hundreds of websites over the years, and almost all of them have these four elements wrong or missing. And in this video, I'm going to show you how in just about 5 to 10 minutes, you can convert the header of your website into a conversion machine for money. And it really is just four simple tweaks that most people don't take into account. Let's go. This is fairly simple all around. I mean, honestly, the simpler you do this, the better. The main thing that you want to accomplish here is that when somebody comes and looks at your website, they have 5 seconds to look at it. And after those 5 seconds, they need to know what it is you offer, who you are, what's the value benefit to them, and what is the very next step they need to take. All of that in 5 seconds or less. Okay, so this is what you need to do for that to be accomplished in 5 seconds or less. The very first thing is a headline. You need a big ol' headline right here. Now, you could have this here, you can have it over to the side, you can have it to the left. Doesn't matter that much where, but you want it to be really, really big. And normally what you want it to do and say is what you offer. Like, what is the person getting? What's the main thing you offer there? Now, right after that, almost in all instances, you're going to want a subheadline here. Now, this is a little bit longer normally, so you can have more text there. And the purpose of it is to give context to that top headline. So depending on how you phrase the top headline, and we'll see some examples here in a sec, after you say what it is you offer, you can down below say who you are, who it's for, like, qualify your audience a little bit, give a little bit more details. But between those two, the headline and the subheadline, they should know what it is you offer, what's the benefit in it for them, and really like a compelling reason to move forward. All right, the other super key piece, and again, this is like we're covering this fast because it really is simple, is somewhere on this header, like somewhere before the scroll. You want this we call it above the fold. Above the fold means before any sort of scrolling down. You want an image. Here, it can be kind of in the full background, it can be off to the side, but somewhere where you can see you want an image that is a happy customer enjoying the fruits, the benefits of your product or service. They need to kind of get a sense of what does it look like? What does somebody look like enjoying the product? Imagery is one of the most powerful forms of communicating. And normally in most cases, you want a happy, smiling face, like something where you can see somebody happily enjoying it. Now, in some contexts, it's very difficult depending on what your product or service is. Find the most creative ways to show something where this is like what success looks like. And a piece that a lot of people forget, and this is the last piece here. So you got 1, headline, 2, subheadline, 3, image. The fourth one that's super simple, but is a call to action, a CTA. You want a button. You want a button here, and you want it in 2 spots normally, right there in the center and up here at the top. The same one, don't go switching them up. The same CTA, you want it. It's if you're not asking somebody to take action, it's kind of like you're not believing in your own product or service. You're like kind of shy about it and not moving. So you want them to take action. You don't want to just put this for it to be interest. You want them to either buy or sign up or whatever it is that you're asking them to do, whatever that very next step is, you want them to take it. So buy now, sign up, get it now, enroll, all these kind of things. Now, you can have an optional one here. This is kind of like a little tidbit. If you want, you can add right here on this part, I'll just kind of put it looking a little different, where it's a transitional call to action. So this would be if they're not ready to buy, this would be get the free PDF or sign up for our, this 5-part email course that gives them more context. If this is your first time doing this, I would just say stick to the simple CTA. Don't get into the weeds too much on this, the transitional piece, and just stick with what you know. Especially if you don't have a transitional piece. And that's it. I mean, if you do this right, anybody who looks at your site is going to see these. I'll give you one last tidbit that works well at different points. Down here at the bottom, if you have space, if the design makes sense, it's a nice little spot where if you have any logos or anything of people who've worked with you, you could go putting their logos down here at the bottom. I don't know why I did a G. Logo, and logo down here. But again, this is optional. Focus on these 4: headline, subheadline, call to action, and the image. Let me show a few examples that I think do a really good job. Here is one that's going to zoom in where we've got, now imagine 5 seconds, helping mamas thrive, on-demand classes for parents, choose a class. Boom. If you were to shut that down, you don't know all the details, you don't know everything, but you know the main gist, probably the 80%. It's what are they getting? They're helping mamas thrive. Now, so here they've found a way to, in that main header, qualify who this is for. That's great. You see the mom and the baby enjoying themselves right there. It's perfect. Let's look at another one. All right. Better glycemic management. Now, I have no clue what glycemic management is, but if anybody's if that's kind of a qualifier in itself, but that's what it is. Better glycemic management. And then use glucose stabilizer, our FDA cleared intravenous IV insulin management software to reduce, I'm not even going to read that, and request a demo. Now, I think that's slightly long, but it still works. I mean, it's very, very clear, it's very to the point, and works. And if you are looking for that, this is instantly for you. And again, note they've got it up at the top, the request a demo, and down there at the bottom. Let's see, did this one too? Yeah, choose a class and choose a class. Then let's see, one more down here. You've got this one. The workout your body needs to live the life you want. Boom. Man, just so clear, to the point. Now, what's the context? Is it, what is this? Oh, we're a Pilates studio in East Sacramento that can help you move and feel your best. Powerful. And you see, happy people, book your intro session all over the place. And one more here. This one I included it because software's a little bit harder, but let's look. The simplest way to build and manage donor relationships. Software for nonprofits to manage your team and donors, built for fundraisers by fundraisers, and then schedule a demo. Now, this one's it's even harder, but they do a great job just kind of like quickly showing simplest way to build and manage donor relationships. So if you do anything with donor relationships, you're interested, you know what this is. And then what is it? Okay, the software. Now, this one doesn't have smiling faces. I'd prefer, even in this case, to have somebody smiling, but since you're not interacting, it's a very different dynamic. They are kind of visually trying to show you what that can kind of look like in that kind of back and forth sort of way, right? And then down here, they have added kind of like simple benefits down at the bottom down here. Cultivate, simplify, and raise money. Those are different ways where you can add kind of like elements if you feel like there's extra need for clarity all around. Anyways, I hope this helps. Don't get too overwhelmed with it all. Keep it simple. What it is you offer, what do they get? A little bit more context around that, and what's the call to action you want them to do, and add a picture of somebody happy there. When it comes to running paid ads or any sort of growth for your online business, you have to get this dialed in. The rest of the website, there's important elements to it that are good, but this is the most important piece. It's your calling card out there. So Take the time today, take 10 minutes to tweak this. Anything gets you closer. Show it to a few friends, see if they understand it. Show it to strangers if you want and say, hey, do you, after looking at this, know what I offer? If you want us to look at your website and give you any feedback, drop the link to your website down here in the comments and we'll reach out and take a look. See you in the next one.